There are a lot of different weapons in Monster Hunter Wilds. Well, there are 14 different weapons in Monster Hunter Wilds. You've got swords. You've got bigger swords. You've got swords that turn into axes. And axes that turn into swords. As well as a bunch of other fun and unique weapons, like lances, and then let's just stick a gun on that bad boy to get gun lances. Not to mention the range weapons, like bows and bow guns. And so, with all of this choice, why on earth did I think that it was going to be a good idea to try to complete Monster Hunter Wilds without using any weapons? Well, I'm not really sure, but I guess that's why you're here to watch the video. And just to let you know, all of these were streamed live over at twitch.tv/Ndoplex and also up on my YouTube channel at Endoplex. And you can check out the full VODs there if you want to see all of the suffering that I had to go through in real time. And I'll put a link to all these in the description down below. With all that pretty much out of the way, it's time to get into the run. So, can you beat Monster Hunter Wilds without using any weapons? So the rules for this run are going to be pretty straightforward, and that's going to be that we are not allowed to use any of the 14 main weapons in Monster Hunter Wilds, and using includes stuff like not allowed to block with the weapons, and also not allowed to use Kinsect or anything like that, because I think those are tied pretty closely to the weapons. So no using weapons, but we can pretty much universally use anything else that we possibly can to complete this challenge. Unfortunately, in Monster Hunter, you cannot unequip your weapon entirely, so if we do accidentally hit a monster with our weapon, we do have to reset that entire fight back to the beginning of that monster. And with all that said and done, let's get into probably the most enjoyable and time-consuming part of this run, character customization. So, having successfully made this abomination, it was then time to create our Palico, and give them both suitable names for this run. We went for Collector Karen because I figured alliteration is cool, and also I'm pretty much going to spend half of my life collecting stuff in this challenge run. And our Palico called Pete because that's what one of my Twitch viewers wanted him to be called. We also decided on using the leather armor to begin with, purely because of the skill Botanist, and this gives us a variety of great effects when it comes to harvesting herbs and other plants that we're going to need a lot of throughout this run. Alright, gameplay's in, boys.
Here we go.
I'm just going to sit back and relax. This is feeling good. So, we first needed to save this girl, and I decided to just kind of hang around and see if the game would actually let you fail this part of the mission. Spoiler, it does not. Oh, I don't think it's going to let her die. Can you fail? Does anyone know, can you fail mission 1 by just not doing it? So, unfortunately, we had to rescue the girl, and after we saved her, it was an intense race until we got this scripted cutscene against the Balahara. Run over, invalid. We used a weapon. No! Shit. So I'm going to go ahead and not count this first use of a weapon, unless you guys want this video to be 3 minutes and 40 seconds long. So unfortunately, no, you can't beat Monster Hunter Wilds without using a weapon. But if we ignore that very first cutscene, then let's continue and see how we get on. Try out a weapon. Sorry, it's impossible. Couldn't possibly do it. So we made our way over to Chatacabra, gathering a few herbs along the way, and soon realized just how painful this run was going to be. Oh, can I not? Oh, okay. I can't leave the cave. So, unfortunately for us, there is no way to leave this initial cave without first dealing enough damage to the Chatacabra to get the mission start pop-up to activate. And so, it was a case of running around to find the 3 different types of slinger ammo in this area, and then, unfortunately for us, it was going to be a case of using our Clutch Claw to deal 1 damage at a time to hopefully get him over the threshold, and dragging him over to some different areas of this map to hopefully find some more slinger ammo and also find some boulders to drop on his head. Okay, thorn grass pods, don't mind if I do. Oh, okay, if I shoot thorn grass pods and then fire my grapple, does it deal more damage? Can I... Does it deal more damage? Oh! Okay, that's huge. So as long as we hit through the thorn pod, it does extra damage. I've never heard a man so happy to deal 16 damage in his life. But after another 5 minutes or so of scratching this frog's head, we finally got the quest to pop. Oh! Begin quest! Okay. Nice. Amazing. Oh, chairs up. Back in gaming mode. Okay, can we get out of this place now? Can we get slinger ammo from elsewhere? Oh, skulls! I see skulls! I see skulls. This is good. Where are you, Chupacabra? When did I get barrel bombs? Do they start you with 2 barrel bombs? What in the tarnation? We can get a wake-up damage on it. There it is! Chupacabra down. We're over the first hurdle. So, quest completed, and only 4 minutes and 52 seconds after we got the initial proc for the begin quest, we have killed Chupacabra. In actual fact, he probably took us more like 20 minutes, because getting him over that first threshold was the longest part of the fight. But, nonetheless, we have made it past Chupacabra, and it's on to bigger and better things.
It's safe now.
It's safe. It's only me out here. So, we made it all the way back to camp, and unfortunately there's not an awful lot I can do right now. However, we did find Conut over at the support desk, and found that he had a bunch of content to claim for us. We figured this was fair game. There were a bunch of useful items like barrel bombs, potions, traps, and various other things, and we figured we needed all the help we could get, so we claimed all of this bonus content to give us a little bit of an extra head start. Just a couple more important things to sort out. We going for the teddy? And a little bit of inventory management to make sure that we always have some sort of trap with us, as well as trank bombs, so that we can capture monsters rather than killing them. And this will save us on about 20% of the damage that we need to deal to monsters. So this is an absolute no-brainer in this run. We are going to be capturing every monster that we can. And on to mission 2, where we actually have to follow Yasai for legitimately about 10 minutes, only to get kicked out by his village at the end. Then follow Armor to slay our second monster in this game, but these are only going to be Bolachi, so they go down pretty easily. It's really dumb. If you're not in a quest, you can't use barrel bombs, so I might actually just going to have to try and... Wait, can I AoE these guys? A little bit. Okay, we killed one bug. So, unfortunately, we ran out of rock burst ammo in this area, so we decided to wait for those boulders that we dropped on the Chupacabras head to respawn, because, unfortunately, in this game, there is a big timing system where stuff, pretty much everything within the maps is on about a 20-minute timer, so even if you save quit and stuff like that, these timers do not reset, so you do just have to wait for them, but it is a pretty cool animation that happens when this rock does eventually respawn. There's a lightning strike that respawned the thing. That's actually kind of neat. I do like that. Can you... Is this just like... Oh. Okay. Well, fuck those bugs. And with those bugs dead, mission 2 was completed after we made it back to base camp, and we finally had access to the provision stockpile, allowing us to use throwing knives, which elevates our damage from 1 while using the grapple to around 2 to 5 damage on each throwing knife. So a pretty significant bump in our infinite damage source right here. We did a couple of maintenance things, like buying some large barrels so we can craft more large barrel bombs, and a few other inventory management things, before it was time to complete the third quest in this game, and that is fighting Quematress. Oh, Jesus. First things first, where's the thorn grass? Because you're coming your ass over here.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, if you didn't know, this does like a bunch of damage when they run through it. So I'm just going to keep running him back and through this as much as I can right now. You dumb big chicken. So the strategy for Quemetris was pretty simple. It was to run him through these thorn bushes as much as we could, as well as making use of the various different types of slinger ammo around the place, specifically torch pods, thorn grass, and also the bleeding pods that you can get off the head of those crocodile guys. And it didn't take that long before Quemetris fell, and I thought killing monsters with regular weapons was evil. This is death by 1,000 cuts, and I can't imagine the pain that this chicken had to go through so I can make this stupid video. Oh, there's a black wind wrestler. Come here, can't resist. You're mine. Sorry. Pit stop. You know it's got to be done. I tried many times to get the puppy and the chicken to fight, but they were just not having any of it. Meet my friend. Oh, yes. Here we go. No, what? What are you... What? Eventually, however, we did manage to get them to have a little bit of a tussle. Oh, yes. Beat him while he's down. Get him, Doshagama. Come on. Big damage now, boys. Big damage. Oh my god, I nearly attacked with it. Holy crap, that would have been bad. So, at the start of the video, I chose to use dual blades because they would be the least intrusive weapon on my back. However, I'm very glad I did, because if I was using something like a charge blade, for example, that accidental press on the right trigger would have done a swing, and I would have to restart this entire fight. So, just as well, all it does in dual blades is swap me into demon mode without actually dealing damage to the monster. So, that was a close one. He's got to be lit now, surely. We've been in this for a while. Just, oh, he's lit, he's lit, he's lit, this is good. So now's probably a good time to talk about what we talked about before, and that was capturing the monsters. Now, as soon as you see this skull icon appear above any of the monsters, that means they are within the threshold to capture. And now, to capture a monster, it requires you to have a trap of some sort, whether that be a pitfall trap or a shock trap, and also some form of tranquilizer, either a trank bomb, or trank knives, or alternatively, if we were using a weapon, we could use trank ammo as well. And now, once we place down a trap and then tranquilize the monster while in the trap, they will then be captured. And we would have saved ourselves a little bit of time, resulting in a little bit of happiness. I'll put down a pitfall. Yep, come on over here. Yeah, nice. Bomb. Yes! Yes! Monster 2 down. Let's go. You're walking around with your tongue hanging out. 20 minutes and 12 seconds. Not actually bad. I should pay attention to that afterwards, actually. Thanks, Yasai. You saved everyone. Are you fucking crazy?
Thought you might need these sacred.
Did you not see how long I was there beating that chicken's ass for?
20 minutes and 12 seconds, not actually bad.
So we increased our hunter rank to level 2, followed Yasai again, and had a delicious meal over at his village. Yeah, this is a bit I want to see. This cheese ball on the... Ah! Dude! Okay, alright, I'm done.
Thank you.
Anyway, mission completed. We had to do a little bit of resource gathering to allow us to craft more large barrel bombs. These are going to be the fire herbs and the nitro shrooms. And then we headed over to the Scarlet Forest to fight our third monster, Lala Barina. Speaking of gonna suck, Lala Barina. So the Lala Barina fight was a little bit annoying to begin with, because there's this funny mechanic in Monster Hunter Wilds where monsters are kind of locked to their zones until they start roaming to a different zone. So you can only pull a monster a certain distance away from its designated play area each time it moves. And so for Lala Barina, he would not come out of his nest whatsoever. So it's a case of we have to run around, find some slinger ammo, and deal enough damage to get this guy to move out of his cave and into the more open areas. We used our new poison bombs, and they were doing okay, as well as a few barrel bombs, and eventually this guy did move out. We managed to find a few of these poison cups around the place, which act as a sort of poison spill trap, and these actually do some pretty significant damage. So as long as we were able to fight the Lala Barina within this sort of area, we were able to do some big consistent poison damage to this guy. And honestly, this ended up being the majority of the damage done to this guy in the run. And Lala Barina moved around the map one more time. Yep, now we'll drop it on his head. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh my god, actually. We're actually got him lit now.
I set a trap.
Bang. Let's go! Hey, if it works, it works. And in just 11 minutes and 54 seconds, we took Lala Barina down. Let's return to base camp. Can I grab this first? Nope. Can I fuck? Unfortunately, Gemma kept harassing us about upgrading our weapons, so I don't really know what that was about.
Hey, have you been upgrading your weapons? And don't give me that it's a waste of materials nonsense. You want your gear to be effective, right? Here, I'm giving you some materials, so no excuses. Try it out.
Oh, she won't let me back out. Do I have to upgrade the weapon? Is she being a bitch? No. Get out of it. Yeah, I'm not fucking upgrading my weapon. So, large barrel bombs only hitting for 80 damage wasn't gonna cut it anymore. So we decided we needed
Mega barrel ball.
And so we had to get hold of some gunpowder fish scales. Catch that gunpowder fish! No! I got it. Okay. Nice! 3 scales. Amazing. And mega barrel bombs. Oh, yes, boys. That is the upgrade. With possibly our biggest upgrade so far, it was on to our next mission. We met the Woodwards, followed them all the way over to their camp, and because Plum Peach insists on ripping out this Congalala's fur, he gets angry, so we have to defend her, and thus starts our next fight, Congalala. Okay. Hey, Congalala. Let's do this. And so we had our main tactics established at this point. It was going to be a case of run and find as many different slinger ammos as we can. And luckily for us, the Scarlet Forest is pretty lucrative with its slinger ammo. And also try and lure him into the various environmental traps, like the Dark Hornets and potentially any boulders that we can find along the way. And then also use the barrel bombs that we've been crafting along the way, as well as some poison smoke bombs. And hopefully we'll whittle down this monkey's health in not too long a time limit so we can capture him. Be nice to keep, I think. I'll put a mega bomb. 150 is not bad. Come on down, boy. Look at the damage on these boys. Oh, he's weak, he's weak, he's weak. Capture time, boys. Bomb. Bomb. Big monkey down. Let's go. Good shit, boys. How long was that? What? Just over 20 minutes? What am I looking at right now? 19 minutes, dude. 19 minutes and 8 seconds. Not bad. Not bad at all. You can bank on me not doing side missions. Mission complete. So I spent around the next hour or so running around and collecting various resources. We needed gunpowder fish to get their scales so we can craft more mega barrel bombs, because going forward I felt like these were going to be super important to make sure our DPS is high enough as not to go over the time limit. We also ran around to collect more fire herbs and nitro shrooms to craft the large barrel bombs so that we can make them into mega barrel bombs, and did a bunch of inventory management. Went to the provision stockpile to buy some trapdoors and large barrels to, yes, again, help me make barrel bombs. You can see the theme in this run. We are going to quite heavily rely on barrel bombs as well as the environment to get most of these fights done. Oh, and here's a surprise petrocamps that we found just randomly while trying to get these gunpowder fish. Nice. And with all that gathering out of the way, it was time to fight our next monster on the list, Valahara. And if you don't know the drill, well, that is a couple bombs here. And a few bombs there. And then off to hunt some more slinger ammo halfway across the map. Just grab some here. Maybe I can lure the chicken over, actually. That might work. Hey, chicken.
I'll draw its attention.
Follow me. Yeah, follow me, follow me. And, well, no joke, after about 2 minutes, the chicken finally showed up. And although the chicken might not be the most scary of combat opponents, he tried his best, and that is all that really matters. Oh, yes. That was a good play. Unless the Balahara just wins. Grass is not great, I'll be real with you. I'm gonna go to this camp and craft a few Mega Bombs, maybe. Maybe that's worth it. Please don't break it. No! Balahara. You son of a bitch. Unfortunately, with no other available camps nearby, we were just going to sit here and throw knives at this guy for about the next 5 minutes or so, before eventually he decided to make his way into his final area. And down. Oh, 200, that's... Oh, he's weak! He's weak, he's weak! Shock trap!
I set a trap.
Crank bombs! Yes! Balahara down. Nice! What was that, like 30 minutes? 23. Okay. Definitely could have been worse. We'll take it. And definitely could have been worse is right, because for the next stage of the quest, we had to follow this pack of Doshiguma, and unfortunately, in this next section, we have to grab the Alpha Doshiguma's attention, and we have absolutely no resources to do this with. You can't use any bombs, and you're not allowed to leave the region where the Doshiguma is fighting to collect any sort of sling ammo. So this is actually just a DPS check. We have to throw as many knives as possible at this Doshiguma before the time runs out and we fail this quest. And let me just tell you, it was a close one.
Attack the Alpha and get its attention.
Trying, man. Come on, big boy, over here. Thankfully, this big, stupid lion, dog, bear thing creature doesn't really know how to walk on sand very well, so he fell over and brought his whole pack down with him. And the next stage was to hunt this Doshiguma. Nice, goodbye, Doshiguma.
Guild authorizes you to hunt the
Oh
Alpha
shit, do I have to
restore peace
hunt it
to
straight
Alpha.
away? Fuck, okay. Oh, kinda didn't want that. Balahara, can you come back, please? And actually, this was one of the easier hunts in the game, because we do have a perpetual lightning storm going on in the area, and so the strategy was just to lure this Doshiguma into every single piece of lightning we could to deal some really nice environmental damage, as well as try and get him to fight the Balahara just next to us, which didn't really go too well for us. The Balahara managed to get a few decent hits in, but nothing spectacular. But all in all, the Doshiguma fight was definitely one of the easier we've had so far, and that basically boils down to we didn't have to throw 999 knives at him this time. We only had to throw about half that many while luring him into the patches of lightning. Basically. Oh, over here. Yes. That's what we wanted. We need those hits. No, man, please. Yes, that's got to hit. That's got to hit. What? Unfortunately, as you can see, getting this Doshiguma to actually walk into the lightning bolts every time is not the easiest task going, but this is definitely a much faster method than just dealing 2 damage at a time with the knives themselves. It's fine. Actually, if he goes under... Oh, there's a rock. Go under the rock. Oh! Please! No! That was like 500 damage that I just missed. This is the worst day ever.
A hammer?
Oh, this is the worst day of my life.
The worst day of your life so far.
Just gonna hit that, please. Oh my. So, admittedly, we did make a few fumbles that caused this kill to be a little bit longer than it should have. However, with the Doshiguma being such a great team player, we actually waited for this final rock to respawn, and this time I was not going to miss. And now I can drop this big one on his head. Oh, please don't miss that. Yep, nice. 500 big uns. That's good. That's amazing. Yeah, I bet it was, man. Oh, he's weak. He's weak. He's weak. He's weak. We're doing it. Pitfall. Pitfall. Trank bombs. Yes. Fuck you, Doshiguma. Yes. 18 minutes 21. That might have been the longest 18 minutes of my life. With the Doshiguma down, we had to return to Kanafa Village, talk to Nata, you know, all those fun, exciting things that we do in this game. Chapter 1 completed. And then it was off to the Scarlet Forest for our next quest. But not before some very important customizations. Gotta have that rabbit on there. Pink, pony, club. And for our next quest, repel the Uthuna. But this one was actually going to be a pretty easy one, since we have our absolutely star player, Olivia, here with us, and she is going to kick this Uthuna's ass. I'm going to stand here with my hook in and just like aura farm. Look at this. Oh. 1,000 damage on his head. That was pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. Now, while Olivia and I were doing a pretty good job repelling the Uthuna, let's just say there were a few minor setbacks. Oh, are there? Hey, I need these. Bro just belly flopped me and killed me. What the heck? What the heck? Snout horns, and snout horns are good damage. Oh my effing Christ, he just flopped on me again. The fact that that one-shots me, I really need to eat. In fact, I'm going to eat right now. Quick snack, there we go. So I'll practice my barrel bowling. Get us out. What? Bomb. That's why I get a score of 500, man. That's why I get scores of 500. Because of this shit. Bomb. Before I keep chatting, watch this. Drop out of his head. Come on out, you big fish. Alright. Back to the good old London method. Oh, actually. This guy's going to bring me back some... Yes! Repelled. Get out of here, Uthuna. You stood no chance. 15 minutes. Could have been worse. So, for our next step of the quest, it had us heading back over to the Woodwards to see how they were getting on. And then it was going to take us over to Azuz, where we are going to get some of the most meaningful upgrades this run, as well as the absolute best method of grabbing ourselves a bunch of Mega Barrel Bombs to hopefully make this challenge run just that little bit easier and more straightforward. Alright, Woodwards, you eating all the honey? You got yourself a nice headdress. Oh, yes, Azuz. Okay, this is good. This means we can get much more Barrel Bombs, and we need Barrel Bombs. Don't look down. Proceeds to look down immediately, without a second's hesitation. It gives us an upwards camera angle and makes us look down. Basically, like, don't look down. Also, fuck your vertigo. Don't care. Oh no, we're gonna have to fight the fucking Rompopolo. Rompopolo! So yes, our next fight was the Rompopolo, and actually this guy wasn't too bad. There is quite an abundance of decent slinger ammo all the way around the zoos, which we can make good use of, as well as camps relatively nearby where we can craft ourselves a bunch of Mega Barrel Bombs as and when we need. And for some weird reason, Rompopolo decides to get poisoned, which just seems kind of odd since this guy spits poison for a living, but I'm not going to complain about it. Huge damage from the Mega Bomb. Can you blow yourself up? Can I also poison this guy? Or oh my god, ow. Does this guy get affected by poison? I would imagine not, because obviously him being poisoned. Oh, he does! Okay, wow. I'm actually kind of impressed that he gets hit by poison. Okay. Come here, bro. Oh, yes we can. Come here. Come say hello to this Rompopolo, dude. Okay, Rompopolo gets the first decent hit. Jargon's about to kick his ass, though. Oh! Dude! The way that he crushes the Rompopolo is kind of insane. Now, one of my less smart plans during this Rompopolo fight was to bring this lump of blast coal all the way over to him, because goddamn do you walk slow while carrying this thing, but I was committed to the cause, so it was just a case of me spending the next 2 minutes slowly walking my ass down to this Rompopolo, but let's just say it was worth it. Okay, are we close enough? Do I go for it? Fuck it, we bowl. Please! Yes! Pretty good damage. Oh, this is a good area, actually. This is a good area for Rompopolo to be. There's a lot of stuff in the zoos, to be fair. There's a lot of stuff in the zoos. Will he actually fight these guys over here? Oh, he's right. Oh, he's weak! He's weak! Goodbye! Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wasted a barrel bomb. That's a nightmare. What are we talking? 18 minutes, yeah. Yeah, sounds about right. With Rompopolo down, we then found Marky and headed back over to Azuz, where we got our mission complete. Gemma then wanted us to craft a new talisman, so we did that, even though we're not really going to get much benefit from it. And then we needed to head back to the Windspire Waste. And this was a fight that I had been dreading from the start. Oh, yeah, we're killing Raydal. That's not good. Didn't want that to happen. But just before Raydal, it's me, editing Endoplex, and I just wanted to say, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe. So, Raydal is pretty awful for a couple of reasons. Firstly, he loves to hang out over in his den area, which is about 400 meters away from any of the nearest camps, which is just terrible. So if you want to use our general tactic of dropping some mega barrel bombs, running back to base and running back, it is going to take us ages. Also, there is practically no useful slinger ammo anywhere near Raydal, so we don't even have the option of going to find some slinger ammo. So yeah, the Raydal fight really is pretty horrible, but I didn't know just yet quite how horrible it would be, especially when right at the start of the fight, things like this. You need to be here, this has to hit you. That's not going to hit him. Oh, why? I'd rather have had anything except for that happen. In fact, so yeah, this fight was really gonna suck. We missed one of our big sources of damage right away, and for most of our monsters, our general strategy has been to capture them so that we don't have to do that extra 20% damage to them, which allows us to get these fights done a little bit quicker. Unfortunately for us, with the Apexes and Raydal, of course, we do not have that option. We have to slay Raydal, which means we have to kill his entire health bar. So this fight really was going to be one of endurance, and is going to be a lot of us running back and forward from a base that is absolutely miles away just to craft a few mega battle bombs. Luckily for us, partway through this fight, Raydal finally moved, and we had the genius idea to lure this entire pack of Doshiguma over to Raydal in the hopes of dealing a little bit of extra damage to him, and it was actually pretty successful. Oh shit! Oh shit! That's not ideal. Get him, Doshigumas! Oh, he's probably going to destroy my tent, isn't he? Do I risk it? Okay, we fall. Oh, did I get it off? I did. It's fine. Worth it.
Set a bomb.
Okay. And, well, we know this fight is at least 30 minutes long because the spear that we tried to drop on his head right at the start of the fight has now respawned, and it's time for round 2. We cannot miss this spear this time round. Which means we need to drop a pitfall right underneath it, aka here.
I set a trap.
Right into it. Now we actually drop on his head this time. 300 damage. Grab some grounding stones as well. Got a little bit of extra. Hey, he's sleeping. Okay, this is huge. Let's just dump all of the fucking megas on his head. Nice. Big 300 wake up. Take the bomb. There it is! Yes! Oh my god, 36 minutes on that guy. God damn, bro. And with Raydal dead, it was on to bigger and better things. Our next quest was to go over and talk to Werner in Azuz. However, we were in much need of some more mega barrel bombs, as we have used pretty much our entire arsenal on just killing that Raydal. So, for the next 30 minutes or so, it was just going to be me farming up some materials, and thanks to us being in Azuz now, we do have access to the Devil's Blight mushrooms, which we can use to make mega barrel bombs instead of the gunpowder fish, which is going to be a much quicker way of gaining these barrel bombs. And this was about 30 minutes for me, but probably only about 15 seconds for you guys, so you're welcome for that. So before we go any further in this challenge run, I just want to talk to you guys briefly about our final loadout setup. Now, our final loadout setup is shown on screen here, and you can see it consists of 3 luring pods, which is the maximum amount of luring pods we can carry, to allow us to lure monsters towards us if we need to get monsters to fight each other. Large dung pods for when we need to separate groups of monsters that are trying to fight us all at once. 3 flash pods to allow us to try and stun monsters and hold them in position so that we can drop boulders on them and that sort of stuff. We have a shock trap and a pitfall trap. A pitfall trap normally is going to be to allow us to keep them in position if we're going to drop a boulder on them. And of course the shock trap is going to be used for capturing the monsters along with our trank bombs here. We have 2 mega barrel bombs. 2 large barrel bombs. These are the maximum amount of numbers you can hold in your inventory. But then we also have 5 large barrels and 5 gunpowder, as well as 7 Devil's Blight shrooms. Now, I'll come back to that in just a second as to why those numbers are so important. And then we have our 8 trank bombs to allow us to tranquilize the monsters, 5 poison smoke bombs to allow us to poison monsters, and null berries so that we can eat those to nullify any dragon blight that we might get, which might stop us from doing some elemental explosions later on in this run, as well as 10 mega potions to try and keep us healthy. So as I talked about before, these materials that we were using. Now, we can only carry a maximum of 2 mega barrel bombs. So once we set these 2 mega barrel bombs down,
Set a bomb.
and we blow them up by using our throwing knives, normally we would have to run all the way back to base to grab 2 more bombs, and obviously this is time consuming and is going to eat into our monster kill time, which is already long as it is. So, if we carry 2 large barrel bombs with us, that means when these get full, we can use the 2 large barrel bombs as shown here, along with our 7 Devil's Blight shrooms that are in our inventory, to craft on our radial wheel here 2 more mega barrel bombs. That means we can place another 2 mega barrel bombs during the fight without having to go back to
Set
base
a bomb.
and blow these up as well. And now we also carried the 5 large barrels and also the 5 gunpowder. This allows us to craft 2 more large barrel bombs and then use those large barrel bombs with the Devil's Blight shrooms once again to craft 2 more mega barrel bombs. We set both of these down
Bomb set. Set a bomb.
and blow them up. And we craft 2 more large barrel bombs and then 2 more mega barrel bombs. Set these down
Set. Set a bomb.
and blow them up. And then we have enough resources to craft 1 more large barrel bomb into 1 more mega barrel bomb.
Bomb set.
And what this means is that we have a total of 9 mega barrel bombs that we can place down in a hunt without even having to go back to our tent. So that means every time we do go back to our tent, we're going to be able to place 9 more mega barrel bombs. Now, of course, normally you can only carry 2, and so we'd have to do 2 back to the tent and then 2 more on a monster. This way, it is obviously much more efficient. So, having fully restocked, we made our way over to the Ice Shard Cliffs to prepare for our next fight. Nursilla. Crystallized Venom. Let's try this. Ah, he's poisoned. Nice. So, because of the layout of the Ice Shard Cliffs and where we actually hunt this Nursilla, there are 3 sleep toads which are situated right next to this guy, and unlike normal build-up resistance, where if we were using, say, a sleep weapon, not that we can even use weapons, but if we were, then each time we sleep this guy, it will become more and more difficult to sleep him again. However, with the sleep toads, every single time you activate one of these sleep toads and it hits the monster, it is guaranteed to sleep the monster. And now this is important because the first hit as a monster wakes up deals double damage. So this means that our barrel bombs on our wake up, one of them is going to be dealing 300 damage and the other one the regular 150. So basically giving us a free barrel bomb proc every time we wake this guy up with a barrel bomb. Not to mention our Palico also have the ability to put down 2 barrel bombs per fight, and he loves to do it when the monster starts sleeping, so extra damage here as well. Obviously this is fantastic, and the 3 sleep toads here allow us to do this 3 times in the very first area. So this Nursilla fight ended up being quite a breeze. Not to mention the fact that he can get poisoned by his own crystalline venom, which is just kind of weird, once again, like the Rompopolo. Don't know why they allow this guy to be poisoned, but hey, I'm not going to be the one to complain about it. Ooh, I did not think that was going to hit me. And before long, Nursilla had returned to her nest and was just about in threshold for us to capture her.
Set a bomb.
Come on, come over here, you little Nursilla. That was actually the quickest hunt I've had so far, I think. Dude, 14 minutes? It didn't feel that long. I mean, that is still really quick, but that's longer than I expected it to be. 14 minutes is still good, though. I'm very happy with that. And as quickly as one quest ends, another one starts.
We better be quick then.
Alright, it's the Hirobimi. The Hirobimi. Don't think this will be too bad a fight. Oh, my sweet young summer child. If only you knew what hardships you had to come. So, it's going to be a case of grab the Rhine Beetle and just start. Oh, that's not even the one we want. That's really dumb. Didn't want to do that. No, why are you here? Go away, dude. This Hirobimi is incredibly annoying. Is head back, grab my stuff, and come right back over and try and maybe hit him with the last one. Oh, my game just crashed. Oh my god, dude. Fuck this unstable game, man. That's so annoying. No! Ah, damn, man. That really sucks, dude. That really sucks, man. So, yeah, the Monster Hunter Wilds game instability happens far too often, and it happened to me right in the middle of one of these fights, which just really sucked. But we weren't going to let it put us down. We were going to go back in, we were going to retry, and we were going to take down this run. Thank you. Yes! Hirobimi captured and completed. 16 minutes 38. Pretty good. So, with that small inconvenience out the way, we were on to bigger and better things, and we've got to get a move on, because we are only about halfway through this run, and we still have a lot of mainline monsters to go. So, what do you guys think? Do you think we'll be able to beat Monster Hunter Wilds without using any weapons? Leave us a comment now as to whether you think we'll be able to complete this challenge, but let's continue. Our next fight was going to be against the two Jarrakans. We had to repel these using the help of Olivia and Athos again. And actually, this fight against the Jarrakan was going to be a massive power boost for us. And you'll see why in just a second. Let me just take down these monsters real quick. Oh. Okay. Wait, maybe it was just a timed event, and it actually doesn't matter one bit.
Hunter, you take the other one.
Understood. We'll take care of it.
Okay, Olivia's go. And this is just me. So I am going to use the ticket to get double the rewards here, because if we can get double the rewards on the Jarrakan, well... So, for those of you guys who don't know, that there was a lucky ticket, and Monster Hunter will give you these things called lucky tickets on some daily login bonuses and various other things. And what these do is, if you apply a lucky ticket to a hunt, it will allow you to gain double the monster rewards and money from that hunt. And so, because we're looking to craft something using the Jarrakan armor, we were going to make use of this lucky voucher here during this fight. Oh, and they knocked him out. Huge, that's great. Hey look, this is like deja vu, I remember this. But the other time we wanted the Jarrakan to win. Pompopolo, kick his ass, man. Nice! Yep, right into this, please. Beautiful. Yep. That's pretty good. Oh, hey, Olivia's... Olivia's obviously finished with her hunt and come to join me. That's very kind. Nice. There we go. And frank bombs. Bomb. Bomb. Yes! A Jarakan done. Nice. So, yeah, a bunch of Ajarakan stuff was good. 18 minutes 17. That's pretty strong for the Ajarakans, really. So, it was off to Gemma to put all of those delicious monster materials to good use. Forge armor. This is going to be the upgrade of the century right now. We want you. Gloves. Yep.
Alrighty. Perfection.
Equip. And then we also want the coil. Which, female, male for sure.
Alrighty. Perfection.
So that is now going to give us 2 ranks into Bombardier. Which is great, because what that is going to do for us is... Bombardier is going to give us explosive power 20%, meaning our barrel bombs are going to hit 20% harder. Now, it would be nice if we had an Ajarakan tail. Problem with that being is, I don't know if I can get an Ajarakan tail. Tail. Target. Okay, so you can get it as an 11% reward for target. 11% for carving him, which is annoying because I'm not really carving. And then an 80% if I do actually chop his tail off. It's not easy. The question is it worth hunting another Ajarakan? Or do I just stick with a 20% boost? And I'm kind of inclined to think the 20% boost is probably what we should just keep with. And so we decided to stick with the 20% boost from Bombardier because farming the Ajarakans for potentially a tail is going to be a 1 in 10 since we don't have any way to be able to cut the Ajarakan's tail off. So we would have to kill him and then we would have to get a lucky 1 in 10 on the calves. And this just didn't seem time efficient for only the extra 10% power that we were going to get. So we just decided to continue with only 2 ranks into Bombardier. However, because of our armor switch, we've actually lost a rank into Botanist. So we need to get another piece that will give us Botanist. And that is going to be a talisman. We can, but we don't have it. Congalala pelt. Okay.
Congalala pelt. Okay. Congalala pelt. Okay.
So, the very astute and observant of you guys will probably notice that no, that did not in fact say Congalala pelt, it said Conga pelt. And now you're going to ask me the question, so Endoplex, did you go off and farm Congalalas for Congalala pelt for about 30 minutes and wonder why you're not getting the drop? I refuse to answer that statement. You are kidding me, bro. I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm so dumb. It's actually crazy. It was giving me the items the entire time. I'm so dumb. Ah! It doesn't want a Congalala pelt. It wants a fucking Conga pelt. It wants this little shitter. Oh my god, bro. Anyway, we got the Conga pelt, crafted our botany talisman, and it was on to our next monster. Hunt the Black Flame. And with our upgraded barrel bomb power, this is kind of how it went.
Set a bomb.
Another bomb. Bang. He is. Okay, can we trap him? Because it just says hunt.
Set a trap.
I mean, it just says hunt. We can trap him! 12 minutes 20 set. Alright, we cooked, man. We absolutely cooked. Yeah, this new armor, Bombardier set, we might have to go on a kind of gathering spree for stuff. But that's insane. And you can't tell me that the rhythmic sound of those bombs exploding isn't just music to your ears. I honestly think this is going to be my new white noise music. I'm just going to go to bed to the sound of barrel bombs exploding. Regardless, you know how it goes by now. We had to go gather a bunch of materials for the next fight, since we did use in excess of 30 barrel bombs during that one. Quick gathering session, and then it's on to our next monster, Guardian Doshagama. Huh. Slay the Doshagama. Okay, I got a good idea for this one. And it's going to involve the fact that they're Wilton crystals. I should be able to detonate for some pretty decent damage. Nitrodote. So yeah, any of the Guardian creatures, they create these Wilk formations. And if you shoot the Wilk formation with your slinger ammo, say if you've got fire slinger ammo like the torch pod, they'll blow up in a fire detonation. If you've got thunder slinger ammo, they'll detonate in a thunder detonation. So those Wilk crystals are actually very useful for being able to take down these guys. So yeah, due to the fact that we were able to run all around Wyveria and gather slinger ammo to allow us to explode these Wilk crystals that the Guardians are forming, this is basically, like I said before, barrel bombs on demand, and so there is no point using our barrel bomb resources when we just have them here freely available for us. So these Guardian fights are pretty straightforward. Shoot the Wilk crystals with your slinger ammo and have happy explosions. Unfortunately I don't think the luring pod works on him.
I'll draw
Are you sure about that?
Oh, it does. I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, that's great. So, you know, that, which is great. Suppose we can bring him over to the Dark Hornets and try and drop those on his ass. That could be the Dark Hornet nest could be the end for him. Poison him, boys. Yes! We got him! Finally, dude. That guy had some HP. Nice. 31, 31, 05.
I'm sure everyone's just hiding now, though. We just have to find them.
To be honest, Natter, I would hide from you as well, bro. Okay, what do we have? Is this a Slay? Ow, wow. Right into a Slay Rathalos mission. That sucks. Well. Should be the same diff, just like blow these up every single time he tries to do anything. Oh god, I'm knocked out. That's bad. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. Oh god.
Sorry.
Yep, kind of saw that coming. Needed food. Needed food.
Hunter, what even is that thing? It's not like any Rathalos.
Don't
I've
know,
ever
Gemma.
seen.
Maybe come out and help me. Do a bit of research yourself. You
It's not like
dumb.
any Rathalos I've ever seen.
Sorry.
Are
Let
you
my
all
emotions
right?
get the better of me.
Take a second.
Thank you. Thank you. The Rathalos fight ended up being quite an annoying one because he would spend so much time in the air, and then quite often he would drop these Wilk crystals that I would then want to detonate, and then he'd end up blowing them up himself because these crystals will detonate upon any elemental damage done to them. So if Rathalos hits him with a fireball, they will blow up but cause no damage to the Rathalos itself. And he was just generally a pain in the butt. He would never do the attacks that I wanted him to do. And also, like I said before, blowing up his own crystals. This guy definitely ended up being a lot worse to fight than the Deshardman. However, it took a while, but eventually we did get him low. That's actually really good. He's weak. Okay, he's weak. Another good damage. Yes! Oh my god! Rathalos down. Nice. 26 minutes 49. Overall, really not a bad run. It just felt like a long time. So, with Guardian Rathalos down as well, and minimal resources used due to the fact that we were just blowing up all the Wilk crystals, it was time to go and confront what's been haunting Natter's nightmares for, I don't know, the past 4 years or so. It's just a repel, which is fine. Should be. I say that with, like, absolute confidence. Luckily for us, Arkfeld being a Guardian creature means that he also does these Wilk crystal attacks, so once again it is time to make use of these Wilk explosions. I mean, who would have thought that the later game bosses seem to be somewhat easier than the early ones purely because of this Wilk crystal thing. I don't know, I've never loved Wilk so much. Have I said the word Wilk too much? It feels like it now. I'm gonna stop saying it. Wilk.
Set a bomb.
There we go, propelled. Nice. Not too bad. Why Arkfeld? 13 minutes. So I figured I had enough resources to take on Jinderhard. However, what I failed to realize until now is that I could have actually upgraded my Palico's equipment a little bit more to give him a little bit more offense and defense, since we're allowing the Palico to deal damage anyway, so might as well have him dealing a bit more. And I figured I'd equip him with a poison weapon to hopefully get a couple of poison procs on the monster to give us just that extra little damage boost. I'm not actually convinced that I ever saw him get a poison proc, but you know, it's the thought that counts. Oh, I also failed to mention before that we also did increase our armor's defense level all the way up to the max for all 5 of our armor pieces, just to give us a little bit more defense, because a little bit of extra defense definitely can't hurt, and we had the resources to do so. Right, we got him kitted out with this sick-ass water pistol now. Yo, let's go.
Ashin did mention a giant monster.
Well, we were right. It is Jinderhard up next. And going in, before we even started this run, this was a monster that I really thought was going to be the hardest, because of the fact that the arena is just so small. There's very little resources around the places, and the pillars that we drop from the sky, we need to use those to hide behind so we don't get nuked by his one-shot ability. So I was genuinely probably the most worried in the entire run for this fight coming up. So let's see how it went. Going to be our time. Oh, and Olivia's here as well. Wait, this is actually going to be free. So things started off pretty good. It is only a repel mission, so we don't have to do Jinderhard's entire health bar. We only have to deal enough damage to get rid of him. And also Olivia joins us once again for this hunt, which is going to be absolutely fantastic, providing some much needed DPS. What are you? Oh my god, I didn't eat again. Right, you know what? We're having a barbecue right here. Oh god. Please, have mercy. Have mercy. I'm just cooking up a quick meal. Nice. We're all good. All my barrel bowling is paying off. Nice. Oh, stop. Okay, area 2, that's good. So, area 2, we should get the Hero Beamy to help us here. 2 and 3. Or you guys can come and help me. Kick his ass, boys. Got pillars as well. Is that? That's right under it, yeah. We'll drop that on it. Nice. Yeah, that's not good. Nice. 800. That's brilliant. Olivia, stop cucking my damage. So, yeah, if you didn't know, if one of your companions mounts the monster, all of the damage done by everyone else is heavily reduced so that you can't just abuse the mounting mechanic. So, yeah, Olivia was seriously cucking my damage there. Right, 4 leg broken. So we need to drop all of these giant ice chunks on his head. Nice. Drop it down. Excellent. Oh! That was actually incredible. That was actually incredible. That's right under him now. Drop that one on his head. Excellent. Right on his head. It's fine because we don't need to take cover. We just bounce. And yeah, for some reason you do not have to do the Jinderhard mechanic of hiding behind the ice chunks when you drop him, when he does his big supernova ability, because you can just teleport straight back to the base and avoid all of the damage. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Come here, you big fucker. His head, hopefully. Nice. Oh, it will give up soon. That definitely would hit. Okay, it's definitely going to hit now. Nice. Oh, he's weak, dude. He's already weak. This is easy. It's fine. Don't worry about that. We won't talk about that one. Oh, Jinderhard. Bomb. Just, oh, so many barrels. Sorry. I know how to avoid this one. We don't need mechanics. We just need to go get more bombs. Gender hard. Done. Get out of it. Yes, 17 minutes. That was actually insanely free. That was actually insanely free. Huge. I actually was worried about that fight. Turns out, don't even know why I bothered. So, with Jinderhard dead, the list of monsters left to oppose this is growing very short indeed. So, let's push onwards. We made it to the peaks of Suja, and of course, petted the Poogie. Do they just rely on everything growing on trees? Hey, Poogie! Poogie, Poogie. Pet. I got this, I got this. Alright. Relax, relax. Bang. Ooh! Got it. You're welcome, little guy. Dude, he's so adorable. I would kill for him. I would. DoorDash, yeah, nice. Then we needed to figure out what name to give him. And credit to Impulsive Veins over on my Twitch channel, he came up with this one here. And it is going to be backup rations. Just in case Suja ever runs out of food, we have backup rations here to help supply the village in a time of need. Backup ration. Heinous. Backup ration. Okay. Oh, glorious. With all the important stuff taken care of, we went to go have dinner with the Orharken, and then had to go off and farm some more materials. You know how this goes by now. And once we were all farmed up, it was ready to take on our next monster, Ebony Odegaran. Ah, right. Guardian Ebony Odegaran. So yeah, once again, Guardian Ebony Odegaran, so he is going to do these whirp attacks, meaning we can take advantage quite heavily of all of these formations, as well as the usual bomb strats, knife strats, and the occasional boulder drop on his head. So hopefully this guy shouldn't be too bad of a fight. When I say, oh my god, dude. When I say I'm this close to resetting the quest, that is no word of a lie. But I know that those wouldn't spawn back anyway. But I can't. I honestly, that stutter can't get words. English is hard. I do not understand how that missed. It was. Take a beat. Take a beat. Calm down. It's gonna be okay. Come here, Ebony Yoda, you little pig. Nice. Oh, God. Look at all that damage. Oh. That is actually amazing. Get the heavy slicing pod. See if I can hit it in a wound as well. Nice. Oh, he's cooking him. Absolutely wrecking him. Okay. Gonna flash to stun him. Drop it. And that's how it's done. Come on, Odo. Yes! There we go. Nice. 23 minutes. Not too bad. Not too bad. Unfortunately, there is no rest for us, as straight after that cutscene, we have to go and fight Zuwu, the Guardian Killer. So, let's see how this one goes. Fortunately enough for us, this is a hunt, so we are able to capture this guy. We do not have to kill him, which will make this a little bit easier. But this guy is notoriously quite a difficult monster to begin with, but hopefully we'll manage to take him out. Nice. Poison Park as well. Deploy a heavy bomb strategy on this one. Well, he said it, not me. Ah, that move. So scary. Actually devastating. The mid-air hit was crazy. Oh, that was so good. That was actually amazing. But, yeah. maybe we have a... Oh! Oh, what am I doing? He's weak. In my brain, I can't capture Zuwu, but I can capture him. He's actually done. I'm just an idiot. There we go. Bang. Yes! Zuwu down. Awesome. Wow, it was actually only 14 minutes. Why did that feel longer than 14 minutes? We actually kind of cooked it. With Zuwu down, there is no time for breaks anymore. We are on to our penultimate monster, Guardian Arkfeld. Okay, we're going to try and focus on Will Crystals as much as we can. So I think out of all the monsters so far, Guardian Arkfeld definitely possessed the largest chance to cart us fully, because this guy is just super aggressive. All of his chain attacks hit really hard and do have really wide reach. But I said it a few times while I was streaming this run, if there's something that really helps you learn a monster's attacks, it is having to dodge them for literally 40 minutes in a row while just throwing knives at them. So there's something to be said for that at least. But Guardian Arkfeld seriously is no joke. Luckily, he is going to spawn all of these Wilk crystals, which is going to help us a lot with the damage front. But we're going to need a good amount of barrel bombs to help us get through this fight. Well, if you're going to do that, I might as well do this. Thankfully, partway through this fight, Arkfeld decided it was a good time to go for a snack, I guess. I mean, he looks hungry, so we decided to take full advantage of him just gorging away on whatever the hell is inside of that pod, and managed to chuck a bunch of barrel bombs at him in the process. Oh, that interrupt was actually kind of nuts. Ouch, that hurt. We also got blighted. Could do with a null berry as well. So, in this game, whenever you're hit by any sort of dragon attack, you will contract the status effect Dragon Blighted, as shown at the top left of our screen here. And what this means is none of our elemental damage will work properly. So, if I shoot one of these Wilt crystals with my slinger ammo like we've been doing so far, it will not explode if I have Dragon Blight. So it's very important to get myself some null berries, allowing us to remove this dragon effect and go on with the run as normal. She's got Guardian to Shagama, Guardian Odo here, just everyone's just here, just... Oh my god! Yes! Look at all the damage, dude! Yes! That was a sick finisher. On the big slam. Boom! Arkfeld down. Nice. 30 minutes. That was a fight. That was definitely a fight. Alright, one more to go. Let's do this. Well, we've done it. From the humble beginnings fighting the Chatacabra to finally completing our very first hunt, it has been a roller coaster. We've come all the way from slaying Chatacabra to killing apex monsters like Raidao and New Udra. It really has been incredible. From the lows of the crashes to the highs of slaying these giant monsters like Jindahad. It has truly been an adventure, but we have a single fight to go. Possibly our biggest fight yet. And this is the final monster we need to fight. Possibly the scariest of them all. This is Zoshia.
By my own order, I will slay Xochitl.
Yes! Get wrecked! Yes! Oh my god. GG. Let me carve this stupid son of a bitch. 19 minutes 42. Let's go. That's huge. 19 minutes 42 seconds for Xochitl. No weapons. No nothing. So, yes, you can indeed beat Monster Hunter Wilds without using any weapons. This entire challenge run turned into a almost movie-length video, and so if you made it all the way to the end, thank you very much for watching. I honestly do really appreciate it a lot. And if you enjoyed the challenge run, please consider supporting the channel by liking the video, subscribing, and sharing it to all of your friends. And let me know in the comments, guys, what challenge runs you can cook up for me for next time. I would love to be able to make more videos like this in the future, and if you guys are enjoying watching them, then I will do my best to make them happen. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.